Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruki and thank you for watching Sewi Ruki. On today's video, we'll be making this beautiful two-piece with a turn-up sleeve. It's very easy to make. It's something you can do in less than 10 minutes. You make more, okay? So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please guys subscribe. And for all my subscribers, thank you. God bless you. I'm using 4 yards of this fabric. It's a crepe fabric, but it's very light and stretchy. Okay, so I folded my fabric into 4 places and I have to cut the trouser piece out. Okay, so I've already cut the trouser piece out. I'll be showing you how to join it, but I won't be showing you the cutting process. I'll put how to cut and sew your trouser with elastic and zipper. I have the tutorial already. I'm going to put the link on the description. So fold your fabric into 4 places and you are going to do it the way you cut your boo dress. It's basically that method, just that on the waist area it's going to be tight and you are going to just shape a little on the M area. Okay, so you are going to mark your length of the top. So I basically use the length of my fabric for it. So I mark 3 inch for the neckline. The depth is 3 inch, then the wideness is 3 inch. Okay, so that was what I used for the neckline. So after marking it, you connect your neckline. When you're done with that part, you go over to your shoulder. We are going to mark the sleeve. Okay, since it's a cut together sleeve. So my shoulder measurement was 16 inches divided by 2, which is 8 inches. So I went ahead and marked the 8 inches and I used the extra that I have. So I marked 16 inches for mine because my client is a bit big and she's very tall. Okay, so I used 16 inches and I came down by 10 inches. That was what I used for the wideness of the sleeve. Okay, so I came down by 10 inches and I marked the 10 inches. So to get your chest line, you have to divide your chest by 6 plus 1.5. So whatever I had to mark it and I drew a straight line. After marking that straight line, I'm so sorry guys, the chalk line was faint and I tried lots of chalk and it was still coming out faint. Okay, so you mark your chest line. When you are done with that part, you go ahead and mark your waistline. Okay, so you go ahead and mark your waistline. For the half length, I used 17 inches. Then I added my hip depth because that is how long I want it to be. And the hip depth was 9 inches. I marked the 9 inches and added 2 inch extra. Okay, so I added 2 inch extra to it. So after doing that, you just rule a straight line across. After running the straight line, what you are going to do next is you are going to insert your body measurement. So the chest measurement is your bust divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch. So you mark it and you are going to connect that sleeve line to that your chest line. Okay, so from there you go and you mark your waist. So your waist divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch, and that's going to be your new waistline, your new waist measurement. Then you go over to your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch. You have on the hip line, place it on the hip line. So you connect it. After connecting it, we are going to come up on the M line. You are going to come up by 2 inch and you mark the 2 inch. Then take your curve ruler and connect it. Okay, so you are going to just give it a bit of curve on that area. So after doing that, you mark the curve on the armhole, connect it down to your chest line, connect your waist, connect your hip, and connect the curve. We've done that. So I'm just doing a recap, then you cut it out. So this is it after cutting it out, and this is the curve that I was talking about. So just do it very well and be certain that you've gotten that exact curve. So that was what I have for the bottom part of the blouse. So I did not open the shoulder, okay, I just left it that way. So what you are going to do next, you are going to cut the lining piece for the neck, what you use to turn the neck. So be very careful and cut something. I use my paper gum for it and my paper stay, sorry, and that was what I used to cut it out. So cut out your lining piece and you are going to use that lining piece to turn the neckline. It's very easy to do, okay, so just work with me while I did mine. So I took the paper stay and I placed it on a piece of fabric and ironed it on it. After ironing it, I used it to, that's what I was using to turn out the neckline. Okay, so you are going to take your trouser piece and join the sides together. But before joining the side, you have to join the crotch together. So that was what I did. I joined the crotch of the front to the front and the back to the back. Then when you are done, take the neck that you have and use it to turn out your neck. So basically, I'm just going to stitch everything together and show you how it looks. Then we'll go over to the next step. This is just a quick a recap for turning your neckline. Okay, so place it together this way, then stitch it. After stitching it, you top stitch on the lining piece. Okay, so notch it and top stitch on the lining piece. So I'm done stitching it and this is how it looks. I'm notching it now, then I'm going to top stitch on it. So I'm done with that part. So for the trouser, you take the crotch, okay, the crotch that you stitch, and you're going to want to stitch the midpoint. So you just stitch it down to the hem, then do the same thing for the other side, stitch it down to the hem. Then after doing that, you are done. So I've ironed everything out and basically this is the trouser piece. I've stitched every other part together. What's remaining is just for the band. Okay, so for the band, you are going to take your measurement and cut out the band. So if your waist is 40 that you have, you are going to take the band of 40. Okay, remember guys, we use our hip measurement so that we have that gathers effect and we'll be adding elastic. So for your elastic, you are going to cut the exact length of your waist. Okay, so if your waist is 36, your elastic should be 36, even if your band is 40 or 45. Okay, so you gather it and to that 36 inches. So when you are done with that part, what I did was I went and I turned the neckline, and you can see it's very neat on the inside and on the outside. So you are just going to use your interlocking machine to close that part. Okay, so when you are done with that part, we are going to work on the sleeve area. I've gone ahead and turned the sleeve. Okay, so I used the band that I had and I turned the sleeve, and this is how it looks. And you're just going to fold it together and stitch it. Basically, the sleeve is, you've done it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that with the other sleeve. So my band was 4 inches. You can use 3 inches, 5 inches, depends on how big you want the turn up to be. So you turn it to the wrong side, and that's how we are going to stitch it. Okay, so you place it together, stitch it this way. After stitching it, you are going to turn it over to the right side. Okay, so I've stitched it and this is how it looks after stitching it on the wrong side. So what you do now is you flip it over to the right side. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? I'm just flipping it and I'm going to top stitch on the both sides so that it will be firm. Then you flip it and you see, just turn it to the front side facing front side, stitch the sides together. Then hem the bottom part if you want to hem it, but I don't like seeing thread whenever I stitch my top, so I always use hemming gum for it after weaving. So do the same thing for the front and iron it out. So guys, this is how it looks after stitching it. I've turned the sleeve. Can you see it? It's very easy to do. So use your hemming gum to do it, or you can just tack it. Okay, So I've joined the sides together and I've locked it and used the hemming gum for the bottom part. Okay, so